guys.
It's always a friggin' surprise.
It is.
It's like, where does that go?
Yeah, Aaron's always
throws me
like
off.
trying to like just do it, and I'm like,
Wait,
just
wait,
let's
wait.
get it done, and I hit record every time. So he's always like, what?
Well,
Hi, guys.
Welcome to another video.
Hi, friends.
Another Flosstube video with Autumn Lane Stitchery. Who are you?
Cassandra.
And I am Aaron. And this channel is mainly devoted to cross-stitch. Well, it is devoted to cross-stitch.
It is cross-stitch.
I say that only because half the time we ramble on about nothing.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing important.
A lot of derailing going on in these conversations, but the main topic is cross-stitch, at least.
At least we hope so.
We try.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if that's kind of your thing, stick around for some fun and excitement.
Fun and excitement. Both fun and excitement.
So today we'll be going over, you got some haul?
I did get some haul.
Got a little haul.
Fabric, of course. A needle minder, some thread, which I don't collect thread. I'm loving this thread though. And I have a finish. We have finished a year-long stitch along.
The Dark Queen is
and
done.
we're going to show some art, some original art from that.
Well, behind the scenes action, my favorite.
And then I might yawn a couple times. I'm really tired.
Are you tired? Why are you so tired, Cassandra?
Because I'm growing a baby.
Growing a baby?
And he's really big.
Where are you at in this journey that you're on in growing a baby?
What's today, the 3rd?
Yeah.
Was it the 3rd today?
4th.
4th?
Yeah.
I can't add, apparently 21 days till my due date.
Ugh, it's close.
Although, yeah, we'll see. I might be induced on the 18th. So really close.
Little baby Houston.
Really little. He literally just.
Show what you're working with here.
He literally just said little. That's not little.
That's
not little.
It's at the point where it's a little alien in there, just like,
Ugh.
You can see it. It's like Spaceballs when the alien jumps out of the...
He can't see it. It like freaks him out. He's just like, I'm like, here, come look at your son.
It's just crazy.
He's like,
it's like
oh
so
boy.
wild that there's a little human in there,
There's
just
a
like
baby
moving around in her belly and just like...
beating the literal crap out of me.
The other day we were, she was showing us pictures of some babies that are born kind of still in, what's it called?
Amniotic sac.
In the sack. And that's crazy looking. So all I can see now is just the sack, like him just like trying to bust out of that thing. And it's crazy. It is honestly a miracle, which sounds really lame, but it truly
doesn't sound
is.
lame. It is.
Well,
That's
like
exactly
mushy
what
or
it
whatever,
is.
But it's like the fact that she can grow a little baby in her belly and it grows into this little human from practically nothing is just insane.
We look at our kids and it's just like,
how'd y'all turn out so goofy?
just
We don't
no, it's just like you look at your kids and you're like, so weird.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something
It's
dirty.
just like no, it's just such a weird.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just so weird.
So
it's just
we're
weird.
a couple weeks out from that. So we wanted to make this video today to mainly
wait.
Hold on.
I was
what are you gonna say? Okay,
I was gonna say
What do you
in
got?
regards to that. Speaking of being dirty, I won't say it.
Yeah.
But I was trying to tell him I don't like sayings. He's into sayings. I hate sayings.
Like quotes and
motivational
quotes.
Yeah, like you'll walk into houses and there's all these sayings all over. Anyways, I think wasn't it Amy, your aunt, aka
Aunt
my friend who introduced us. We were coworkers. My friend, she introduced us. Thank you, Amy. Anyways,
appreciate it.
Jeez, thanks. I swear it was her that had the saying, all because two people fell in love.
Yes.
But I wanted to change it to something very inappropriate.
What? Oh. You can use your imagination.
In reference to
making a baby.
And the child that resulted is, I can't say words because of my pregnancy brain.
And also because it's probably not appropriate for the video.
I mean, I'd say it. I have no filter right now,
Just
so
blur that
I
out.
just
Say
blurt
it.
it out.
Go ahead.
No, I can't
because
say
it.
Are you gonna mute it?
Yeah, I'll believe it. Say it real loud.
You
Scream
could.
it.
Okay, read my lips.
No, say it.
I know, but
Say
you're
it
gonna
loud.
blurt it out.
Yeah, I'll believe it.
I know you're gonna bleep it, but I'm telling everybody to read my lips.
Okay.
All because
You gotta say it like you gotta say it with emotion, like I tell you. With our other saying.
if I do, then the kids will hear me.
Earmuffs. Do it.
No.
Just go.
No, I can't.
All because.
How dare you?
All right. There you go.
Hopefully, Aaron just cut out everything that just happened previous to that. Okay.
That's awesome.
So, do you want to go first?
So,
Let's do.
that's what's going on with Cassandra. Anything else fun going on?
Besides the fact that I hate my life right now?
It was
No.
Jackson's birthday party, his birthday last week. So we went to, it's called Lagoon. It's a roller coaster, kind of amusement park. They have roller coasters and a water park kind of in one.
Yes.
So we went to that the other day, so that was exciting.
For you.
Yeah, Cassandra could not partake. She could have went in the pool, but it was like threatening rain the whole time, so was that why you didn't get in?
No, I didn't get in
Or
because
just 'cause
the
you're being
thought
a huge
of walking.
nerd reading.
No, because the thought of walking to the bathroom and putting on a swimsuit was just too much energy that I was not willing to expend at the time.
That's awesome. So we did that.
So I was just reading a book.
What were you reading?
Oh my gosh, I can't put them down. Bridgerton. The Bridgerton series. So,
What book are you on?
did you give me those? Just the
I did.
third. But I just started them. But, you know, because I have to work and stuff. But you gave me those for what? Was it Mother's Day?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it was Mother's
He's
Day.
always trying to figure out what to give me for Mother's Day and my birthday and
Man.
Christmas. Or I just end up buying myself everything anyways.
Anybody
So-
who can like just do that on the sly, I commend you for your abilities.
So
'Cause I don't like giving people gifts that they're not going to use. So
he just doesn't like spending money.
what I prefer is give me a big old gigantic list and I'll pick off the list and then you'll be surprised at what you get, but you know you're getting something that you want. That's my plan. So she never does that.
I can't think of
So
anything I want.
it's always
I thought of it at the time, though. He was inside Sam's Club, and I was like, oh, you know what? I'd love to read the Bridgerton series. So I looked it up, and sure enough, they had them. And I
Sure
said,
enough.
buy me a couple Bridgerton books for Mother's Day. And he was like,
yes.
What, really? Like, he was so
Yes.
excited.
So we did
So,
that.
I finally started the first one, and then the second one, I think, took me like a day to read. They're really good. They're
Yeah,
really
when
good.
you're supposed to be, she was supposed to be stitching on the old Dark Queen, and she's in there reading. I'm like, can you please?
Yeah. So that's a good
Please.
transition. So we'll talk about
Well,
that.
before we talk about the Dark Queen, dogs are barking. So, at the end of this month, August, I think it's 28th through the 30th or something like that, is the Needlework Expo, which that's a wholesale show, and we will be a part of it. And we will have, how many new patterns? We'll
a
have
couple.
some new patterns for the fall and Christmas.
Yes, which of course will be in our store as well.
Eventually, yeah. Well, yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have to wait on those, but
Yeah.
So we'll have, I won't say how many. Just put.
We've learned.
I've learned to not get myself in trouble, but yeah.
Someone just asked me on that post that I posted in our group of the little sneak peek of me like covering the bottom part.
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Oh my gosh, how many and when did they come out?" And I was like, "A few."
None of your business, man.
No, I'm like I can't say exactly when. A couple people were like,
Oh.
"When is it coming out?" And I'm like,
I know. I need to get better organized, man. It's hard.
"I wish."
Yeah, there's so
I wish
many
I could
things
say it.
going on that it's hard to
Yeah.
like. I need to get a schedule though, for sure. So we'll be a part of that. So we'll be part of the Needlework Expo, and then I think it's like the 21st of September or the 20th. It's sometime in the later part of September. The Needlework Galleria. I'll be there. Cassandra will not. She will have a young baby that was just born, so she can't come with me, but I will be at Needlework Gallery, and all of you that are going need to come say hello.
So our new patterns will be available there.
Yeah, and
too,
we'll have the new
also.
patterns there.
So yeah,
if you're looking to,
and again in our
to-
shop, like we're releasing them in our shop. Also.
Yeah.
Just
but if you want to get them from me personally, and you're going to be at Needlework Gallery,
you can have Aaron sign
come
it if
hang
you
out.
want.
Don't. We're not signing.
Yeah, we
I'll
are.
have markers on hand.
Yeah,
That's
you are.
so lame.
Dude,
No, I'm not doing it.
really, because like one of the first things I did when I met Nora was like, can you sign my Mirabilia pattern? It's not lame. It's like you're getting the artist to sign it. I think it's amazing.
It's not lame, it's embarrassing. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Exactly. You just embarrass him. So even if you don't want him to sign your pattern, make him. Make him.
I'll do it in invisible ink. How about that?
He'll charge $5 per. No, I'm just kidding.
For a small fee.
I'm just kidding.
But so we'll be at the Needlework Galleria, which we're excited about. I've been trying to get into that show for a few years, so finally this is our year. I mean, last year, who knows what was going to happen, but obviously
Well,
it
who
wasn't
knows what's
happening
going
in
to happen
2020.
this year too?
Yeah,
It might be canceled also.
as far as now, the outlook is amazing. So we'll be going to the Needlework Galleria.
He will.
I will, and I look forward to meeting everybody. So if you're going, comment.
Aaron loves people.
Comment down below. Come say hello. Got a fly on there. Come say hello, so I'm not lonely. I don't want to be sad in there just
Oh, you're all just sitting there watching.
looking out the doorway.
Skip the Autumn Lane Stitchery.
I'll be that guy who
table.
harasses you as you walk by. Hello, want to buy a pattern?
We'll get you a little spin sign. Be like,
Autumn Lane
"Oh,
Stitchery this way.
I did buy some decor
Oh,
from Amazon.
You
Some
did.
lights, some fall leaves. with
Listen, we're
lights
gonna
on
be
it.
decorating the window up, super fancy.
And by we again, he means him.
I'm sorry, I just include you in all of our goings on. So we'll be attending both of those, and then we'll have all of our. We'll do a more official like release schedule, like video, and kind of show off the patterns that are going to
Yes.
be coming out for Expo and for just
Like-
normal release.
Yeah, he's done two. Well, yeah, one is for
We got two of them pretty much done.
yeah, and they're amazing. This one that he just did, that was my idea. It wasn't my. Okay, we talked about this, but it's this Spooky
general
Forest series.
idea.
I want him to do a Spooky Forest series because I feel like all the Halloween patterns we have come out with are just like you know, cutesy. And I know some people don't do spooky.
They're not cutesy.
No, they're you know what I mean.
They're
They're not
evil
scary.
witches.
They're not scary by all means. And I wanted him to do a more creepy type of,
Go a little more dark with
a
it.
little bit dark. And again, this is not taking the place of anything.
Still got some of those coming out too.
Yeah. So we're going to be releasing what we typically would be releasing, but I wanted him to do a little bit more of a spooky type of thing. So I was like, look, I'm going to do the Spooky Forest series. I think we talked about this last time, did we? Okay. So the Spooky Forest series. So he just drew, and I wrote a couple different figure type of things that I wanted in the Spooky Forest series. That's going to have like the same type of layout, and he came up with one on his own.
I can do that sometimes.
It's like, see, here's the
Sometimes I can
thing
do
is
it.
I'll like come up with an idea and I think it's great, and it is. But then he blows it out of the water. That's what this is all. So I think I have 4 or 5 things that I was like, I want these things in the Spooky Forest series. And he's like, yeah, cool, let's do that. And then he randomly came up with something, and I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? And then that was at night, and then the next morning he had been working on it because he wakes up way too early. That's the only fault you have. Oh my gosh. Anyways, and he's like, oh, hey, what do you think of this? And I literally was like, oh my gosh. Like, I freaked out. It is so good. So I know I always say this, that it's my favorite pattern he's designed.
What? Do you think that's your favorite now? Over the one I previously did?
It's so
For
good.
the other deal?
You have no idea how good it is. Okay,
I think
the
you're
other
fine.
deal is really awesome, though. That one is so good.
How you like being a little bit of in the not in the know? We'll just have our own conversation.
Can I just touch you?
You stop it.
Oh my gosh. I just
What
want
are we even
to soak
talking
up
about?
a
This is
little
what
bit.
I'm saying. This is just
I just need to soak up some of your talent.
all right. Knock it off.
Your muscles are huge. Kiss me.
So
Yeah.
I'll knock it off. It's getting awkward.
So hot. Anyways,
So we'll be.
it's so good.
Okay, yes, the spooky
It's
mystery
so
series. Jeez.
good. And I mean, I think you're only doing one this year.
What? Yeah.
He's only
I'm
releasing
gonna do
one of the Spooky Forest series, so he's not
Only
like
because we
releasing
got
5.
other stuff to
Yeah.
do, and
He's got other
We got plenty other.
He
things
already
going
had
on.
things
Hi,
that he
dude.
was planning on designing, and I kind of just threw this at him and said, hey, I want something a little bit more creepy and scary than what our typical norm is. So I just asked him, I said, look, I have this idea for the series. Let's do it. And he said, okay, cool. And he's like, let's draw one. Now, the one I wanted him to draw, though, I'm really sad right now that apparently it's not going to come out. But the one he came out with is like really great.
Which one? I think I know what you're talking about. Whatever. Listen, I had an idea. Oh, yeah, I wasn't even gonna do that one anyway.
What?
I had no plans on that.
See, here's the thing, though, and I'm totally okay with it, is if I throw an idea at him, if he's inspired, he's inspired. If he's not inspired, I'm not going to force it out of him. So the fact that I threw this one at him and I said, this is the one that I want to start with in the Spooky Forest series, he came up with something.
Was doing sketches and
he thought of something great.
came upon.
And it was amazing. And I'm okay pivoting because that's what a great art director does.
Takes that inspiration and steers it in the right direction. So anyway,
for my face,
we'll talk.
to go
Long
away.
story long. We'll talk more about that in the next video. The idea is so we'll have this video, and then we'll have one more previewing kind of the expo releases and our fall lineup. All that being said, let's get to the task.
Wait, I was trying to say what you're planning on doing, which I'm irritated by. I say that I wanted to start what he's working on currently, what he's this first of the Spooky Forest series. I wanted to start it because I'm a little bit selfish in that I'm like, no, this is my pattern. It's not an audible, like it's not everybody else's pattern. It's my pattern. I want to start it first. It's so stupid. Anyways, so I want to start it, guys. I can't even like sit. Like it's so uncomfortable because I am so short. Like this baby's been under my ribs for
months.
Like since like month 3. So like it really hurts for me to stitch right now. There's no comfortable position. So the fact that but what he wants to do first is because he's a man and apparently they compartmentalize. That's
Got to batch it. It's called batching.
He's got to batch it, which means he's going to draw everything first and then
Come
like
back around.
in Photoshop and then go and chart everything and then do all the leaflets because he takes a lot of time doing the leaflets. So anyways, I just want the dang pattern to start it and he won't give it to me. So there you go. So I guess I can't start it first. I hate you. Okay, so now Dark Queen.
That's a fact. Okay, so the Dark Queen is done.
It's so good.
After a year, which, what a long time. But it went really fast.
It did.
But after all that time, she is officially done. She has all her sparkly bits and all the back stitching after this last month, and it came out amazing. I was waiting for this last month, literally since I drew, I came up with it originally, this last part.
Yes.
I had no idea if it was going to look great or terrible because we ended up using the Petite Treasure braid, which is sparkly. So I didn't know if it was going to be too sparkly or like stand out too much. So I had to wait this whole time and it came out amazing in my humble opinion.
Is it your favorite part?
And by far.
Okay, so let's show it.
So here it is. So as you can see, like you can, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So there's like beading around the magic. So the idea was that the magic in there kind of is traveling. It's trailing around the magic or the ink going around her. Yep. So it's just a nice. That was actually Cassandra touch right there. I wasn't originally going to do that, and she's like, "It'd be totally cool if this kind of was around the magic," and that just. I immediately thought of
because it's like a magic ball flare, like, and it's like
exactly
like a sparkler. It's like
the magic is kind of just dissipating as it goes around. So that was a thought there, which I really like. And then we added
some in her
in the coral,
little coral.
There's beads and back stitching, and then we added a bunch to her kind of her hair, which originally wasn't in there either. And Cassandra, we're talking about it, and she's like,
Well, the beads were there, but not the petite treasure braid.
Yeah.
Little, and it's actually kind of like a throw to what's happening in my hair right now.
Yeah,
It's little hair tinsel. Can you even see it?
I don't know.
See, I have little red, white, and blue hair tinsel in my hair.
So it's kind of like that. Like she just has, it's just like a, ladies
It's an
like
extra
a
fun bling.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then there's beads in there, and it adds a little bit of shine to her hair.
Let's talk about her necklace.
Yeah, that thing is.
Look at that.
That is a big old pendant right there. Gemstone.
Look at her, guys. Look at her face. I'm just still flabbergasted by.
It came out really good. I'm gonna show some of the previous. So I'm gonna show the original drawing for this, and then I'll show some of the, because we did the original face, and then we did a second face.
We did a couple faces.
But I drew a bunch.
Yeah.
Which I'll show you all my failed attempts.
Failed attempts. Okay, so coming down, this trident.
Yeah.
Was kind of a mixture.
Yeah. Cassandra had the great idea of putting the bugle beads in the trident.
Well, he had the original.
Because I had those blue ones, those little blue beads in there, which they weren't really shown up very well on the gold. You can see there's actually 2 of them still in there.
Right here and right here. So
and we should put these in there, which is another genius idea, because those longer beads just kind of elongate that top of that spear or whatever.
Which afterwards he said,
we should have put them down.
We could put it. Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah, it's too late.
So if you haven't stitched this yet, you could do that.
Yeah, I could put them down there, give it a little more.
Yeah, a little bit more bling. So this is your favorite part.
And those are big old. Look at that big old pearl on there. That
big
thing
old
is
pearl.
Awesome. So cool.
That is so cool.
Came out really good.
Okay, so your favorite part, babe.
And then, so the main part of this section was, look at that. If we can hopefully get that to shine, hopefully if it'll turn in the.
My favorite part is this freaking little crab. I love him.
But this part just
this
adds
sparkling shine.
I mean, you can come up with whatever, backstory or story that you want for her, but it just adds so much dimension and backstory and lore and backstory, the same thing, but to the piece, it just adds so much story. What I'm thinking is that, as she's been going through her adventures or traveling around the 7 seas or whatever, this is not necessarily tattoos in my opinion. I was thinking it was magic, and she's, conjuring up this magic thing.
Say tattoo again. I hate how he says it.
Tattoo.
No, say tattoo. Tattoo.
Tattoos.
I hate how he says it. Go ahead.
Nobody cares.
Tattoos.
So she's conjuring the magic, and the markings are glowing as a result. Her magic is kind of not necessarily powering up because she's conjuring her magic. So
but no, that is what it is. It's it's powering up.
Yeah.
It's part of it. They're not tattoos, but it is part of her journey, part of her magic that's been etched into her tentacles that are powering up, because she's got the trident and she's got that magic starting, and you can see it flow down, and then it flows down through her tentacles, and they're just getting charged up. It's such a cool thought.
So that was the thought behind it. And it's just markings from her travels kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'll show you in the drawing, I originally had more going on, but you only have so much with the space with cross stitch.
It's cool.
And we'll get too busy, so I had to tone it back a little bit.
The little mountains, it's like a treasure
I
map.
hope that sparkly.
The mountains with the X, it's like a little treasure map.
Yeah. So that was what, I had it more like a map. That's what the lines are. They're the cross sections on a map. And I had more land masses and stuff on there.
I love that little wavy sea.
Yeah.
That you could say that one's like a ship. That almost looks like a ship.
I could have that would have been too much, but.
Yeah. Well, just like a little sailboat.
Yeah, so it's just kind of. And if you want, they can be tattoos. For some people, if you want to make them tattoos, that's a totally great idea. Obviously, that was kind of marking / tattoos is what they are. But just depending on what you want them to be, as she's been traveling around, she would have them tattooed on her. So either way is a really good idea. But that's it. So it just gives it, and this is kind of how it looks in person. It's not too distracting, but you know, you can see it's on there, and then when you get up close, you can start to kind of see the details and see the designs that are in there.
And she honestly looks great without, which is why, like we said, a lot of people are going to do it without, because she looks fantastic without. Or without them. It looks great without them, but
intentionally, because I could have, like, when I was doing this, we were like, if we put too much detail on the tentacles, there's going to be too much going on. But if we didn't put enough, because I could have just left it a lot more plain, and then that way when you did the back stitching, it wasn't too aggressive. But I knew a lot of people weren't going to do it, so I didn't want to just leave it plain, and then if you didn't do the back stitching, it looked like crap. So hopefully, I feel like I did found a good middle ground there. But so that's it. She's done. She looks magnificent. I'm very happy with how she came out.
I know some people, again, we had to do a post in the group, and we're going to revisit this again real quick. But Aaron's overall theme, he was so mad that he had to tell everybody what was going on with these corner pieces.
Yeah.
But Aaron's initial, well, you tell.
So the initial idea, and I'll show you in the sketches too, because from the start, I wanted to have like an Art Nouveau feeling to it. And that's did we ever show that in the video?
I don't know if we did. We showed it in the group, but
let's talk about it real quick.
But you can see, like, this corner, we have the corner pieces. We don't have them on the bottom because the bottom, she's breaking out of this like constraint. So like we have this border, and you can see that it goes down, and part of the pattern does constrain to these borders. If you draw a line straight down from these border pieces, the coral is on both sides right here, is in line with so here we go. So
so this is the idea, like, from the start, and so you can kind of see it in this part, but it has an Art kind of Nouveau feel. These ones on the bottom were just examples that I was showing, just to kind of show you kind of what I meant. You don't always
have to have the frame up top.
It doesn't have to go all the way around. It's just meant to kind of act as a frame to frame the piece. So what I wanted, that square or that rectangle kind of composition. So those two pieces were just to kind of create that square or that rectangle frame. And if the reason why, because remember, like, there's no more gold on the bottom. If I would have stuck the gold on the bottom, pull that up.
Yeah.
If I would have stuck the gold like on the bottom down here, your gold frame, for one, would be, I'm not going to just do a solid frame, because then the coral looks super weird. It just wouldn't match. That's why I didn't do that. So you would have just this sporadic, like, little gold pieces on the end of this, and you're like, what is that? It wouldn't make sense. And then on here, it would run right into this trident. So you have a gold piece running right into the gold trident, and creates a really bad tangent, which you kind of lose focus of this trident. So that's why I didn't put like the frame going all the way down, and I left it up here and made it and did the gold, because you have the gold, you can see there, and it kind of goes around. So it acts as another kind of centers your eye here, and another focal point to keep make that gold travel around and have gold in other parts of the piece. Because if all the gold is down here, in my opinion, it doesn't look right. So that's why I added up here, and that's why I let Cassandra make the crown gold. Because originally, I'll show you in the sketches, I think it's in there, I had the crown, the light blue cranic, because the crown was never meant to be an actual crown. It was meant to be like a she's conjuring it as well, like it's magic. It's not really there. She's like appointing herself the queen, essentially. Like, in my opinion, like this, because we did the other version was with a skull, and the skull is trident. She's or is it Triton, or what's the other dude's name? The other Poseidon. Like, she obviously, like, with the skull, she killed him and took his trident. Yeah. And assumed the role of Queen of the Seas. So that was kind of the whole backstory of the whole situation. But that was my thought process behind these two pieces up here. Because some people are like, I don't really like them, I might take them out. And again, do what you want. I mean, I don't care. It's your piece. That's what the whole idea was, you know, like choose your own adventure, do your own thing. But just cross stitch in general, in my opinion, and why I love it is collaboration. Like I'll create the design, and you know, it's your piece, and you can do what you want with it, right? Yeah. So it doesn't hurt my feelings that you're like, oh, I don't really think they fit. I love them, and I think with the composition, they make the composition that I was going for. So that's, you know.
But the circle too is again part of that Art Nouveau. So you have that frame that he has, but then we've talked about this before, is this magic around her is that circle frame.
Yeah.
That you see that idea.
They have a lot of that like that, where you're putting that center, that focus on their faces. And then down there, you can see like up top, you have these intricate, you have these intricate borders.
Yeah, those little ornate.
But then on the bottom, you don't. It's just like a little rectangle on the bottom that kind of frames it. And I wanted her kind of busting out of that. I wanted that frame to just kind of be the backdrop. So that's why I didn't add a rectangle on the whole thing. And plus, it wouldn't look good. Like, you can't have all this amazingness with her tentacles going on and kind of confine it inside that rectangle. So that was the thought process behind
Very nice.
The gold pieces up
I'm
top.
glad you said that. Because, yeah, now you can see the whole thing and can see that look that he was going for. So,
and again, do what you want. Do you.
I love it, though.
You do you.
I think it's awesome because that's what you intended to do.
But, so, I'll start with the whole, the big sketch or the original drawing. So this was the finished piece. Oh, I changed it on here. I wonder if I have another one.
So this is in that last video when I said, you know, you should print up, you should sell the finished picture of it that you designed and print it up and then like sign them for people and people can buy them. It's this one that I was talking about.
I was testing out the gold frame when Cassandra wanted to make it gold. So here is the original sketch. Look at her face is a lot different.
It's
a lot more alien, and so the face was really difficult. When I was originally doing it, we ended up going with like over 1 on the eyes because I couldn't get the shape that I wanted. We didn't on the other one?
Oh, Leslie's is not over 1.
I couldn't get the shape that I wanted, so we ended up doing over 1 on this one just to get the shape, which a lot of people had.
Well, okay, so I'm not an over 1 stitcher. I've never stitched over 1, but he did Leslie's face, the one for Undersea Fabrics, Leslie, the blue-haired version's face. He did that one very quickly. And then he was working on my face, the one I did, because I wanted...
So here's the...
Yeah, he was working on that face for legit a solid week.
I'll show you a bunch of this stuff.
Because I wanted a softer, prettier face. And he could not get these eyes. Guys, when I say that this stitch along was the biggest time suck on the planet Earth, it's because he literally has to get it perfect a week just for this face. Every day for like 10 hours, he was trying to get this face right. And eventually I was just like looking at it because he couldn't get those eyes to look right, stitching it like over 2 like normal, or not that it's normal. You get what I'm saying. But like stitching it over 2, and I was just like, you could do the eyes over 1, and he's like, wait, what?
Yes.
And I was like, do the eyes over 1. You can get that detail. And again, I was just like, I don't like stitching over 1, and P.S.
But look how
everybody's so worried about the face. Guys, I've never stitched over 1. I just took it slow. I marked it off really well, and I didn't mess up. Like, and I am not a pro. People ask me how to stitch some things and like how to do beads. I am not a pro. Like, I am self-taught. I don't have friends around here that I stitch with and learn cool things from. Like, I have no idea. But like, it was very easy if you just take your time on it. But anyways, those eyes, then he got the eyes like near immediately. Once he was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do the eyes over 1. It was just done.
That was because it was so hard because you only have limited amount you can do with the the full squares or the pixels or whatever.
So pretty.
So the shape, oh my gosh, the shape just would not come together. I tried probably 100 different options until we were like, just do it over.
He's not kidding. It was a week. Like he takes
so many.
this very
You're
seriously.
like, wow, that's a long time. Like the face is the focal point of like when you look at somebody, whatever, we can get into that whole thing. But that's like the first thing you look at. You might look at something first, but you look at the face. And if the face sucks, it ruins the whole piece. So the face absolutely had to be good.
Here's the thing though that I want to point out though. Aaron is not one to not think things through and just put something out to get it done. Okay, Aaron's not one of these artists that's just like, I need to release something. I'm going to release it.
Kind of the details.
He literally, like I said, spending a week just on that face just to get it right and not settling for anything less than perfect. I think that's pretty like miraculous of him. So if, every single detail that he has in these is incredibly thought out by him. And he uses his, art degree and all of his wealth of time on this earth being an artist since being a kid to purposefully plan out every single piece, every single thing, every single color. It takes Aaron days just to come up with the colors. He will not settle for anything
in the
less
original
than
drawing.
perfect.
It takes so long picking the floss because of
well, that's what I'm saying too. Is like just picking the floss. Like
storage system sucks.
He puts 100% in every single aspect of this. So like just like I'm saying,
try.
like coming along and like these pieces. It's okay if you don't like them. He literally, how long did he spend sitting here? Thinking of, I'm going to make it Art Nouveau, and then coming up with these pieces, and then making sure you have that focal point, and then making sure you still do go down, and thinking, you know what, I can't have a frame because I have the tangent with that, and that won't work. And like every single thing is thought out to a anal OCD.
So even
level.
Things like this, like these little blue things, those ended up being bugle beads, but I didn't have any idea at this point. I just wanted a nice little, this little thing on her hair just gives it movement. Like, it just gives it a little bit extra something that is not needed. It could live without it, but it just gives it a nice, it's like the hair is just whipping around in the water, and these things are just, flowing with it. And so I added those before we even knew what we were.
He didn't even know what bugle beads were. He didn't even know they existed.
Obviously, we wanted to add some of that in there because, we want to doll it up, obviously. Mm-hmm. So I was adding that stuff in there, and then afterwards, me and Leslie spent probably 8 hours. I don't even know how long it was, going and finding all the bugle beads and the gems and the pearls, and so I can show you that real quick. And so this is kind of what that looked like. So I don't know if you'd be able to read it, but going in each of these parts, I just mark off as we were going through. I would just say what we were going to make it or what we wanted it to be, kind of just ideas, and it's just a mess because I'm just marking off of what we're going to do with everything, like the bugle beads and the pearls and all this kind of stuff. So that was kind of the process of that. But originally, so that's kind of how that, and so I'll start from the beginning now. This is one, I can't show you all the sketches. I have about 10 different, because she started out as a mermaid, 10 different sketches, but you can see right from
this.
Well, this is not one of the better ones. So I have a bunch I can't show because I was asking Cassandra, should I show this? No.
This is why.
We'll be using it.
He could make something else with it. He could do another pattern of it. I love the idea. So he's the one who said that too. I was like, no, show everything. He's like, well, one of them I'm going to release probably is another pattern. I was like, oh.
One of them's really cool.
So that he was going through them all. I'm like, yeah, release that as a pattern too. Yeah, you can't show that one either because we got to release that as a pattern.
I can't show much, but I did have a lot of sketches that, these are just quick like thumbnails. I do these really quick just to get the idea. So even from the beginning, you can see like I got Art Nouveau background piece in there. So this original idea was a mermaid kind of sitting on this giant anchor, and then she has like an Art Nouveau kind of background piece that's like a shell, or you know, it would have been something. I don't know what it would be, but then she would have these squid. What are those called? Dang it. Jellyfish.
They're
Jellyfish
called
kind of floating
squishies.
around.
Squishies.
Kind of floating around it. And so that's one of the sketches. So this is what it starts out like, is just this sketch. And then I'll do a bunch of those.
He's not kidding. He'll do like 30.
Listen,
until
it's gotta
he gets
be good.
it right.
Can I show that one or no? I mean, we're going to do that.
No, you can't show those.
That's the guy. All right, well, whatever. So I'll show you this one. So even when I'm like doing the line work, I'm still always trying to find the best idea. So this one,
And the best composition too.
This one, I wanted a little more action going on, but that's just a little sketch while I was doing the actual drawing. I'm like, oh, well, that'd be cool. But so after I do the initial sketches, I start like nailing down the line work. Like this is after I had the original idea.
Okay, this is bad A.
This whole idea actually.
That freaking oh, that's cool. Now I feel like I have to change
So
it.
the
No, I'm just
original
kidding.
drawing, I actually did this original drawing like 4 years ago, and it was like,
You did that 4 years ago?
well, the original drawing was something else. I did it as a fan art piece for this video game that used to be, but just the pose, and it was just like the tentacles and stuff, and it had tentacles. So I originally did that like that a long time ago, and I thought I didn't want it to just be an average mermaid. Was because we started out with mermaid, and I was like, there's so many mermaids. Like, let's come up with something different. And I was like, oh, that would be awesome if we can just do that. So I had that idea, and then I started doing you can see that original sketch underneath it, and then I started kind of tightening up. So you can see the skull and like the crown starting to be on there. So that was kind of in the process of the lines kind of getting tightened up a little bit. And then then it turned into the finished, like, I didn't find the original lines. I could have showed you the original lines all finished, but so then it turned into that, and then from there, this is a big old process post now.
It's what's interesting though.
But so I'll take that original drawing, and then I'll actually turn it into something that can be charted. This is still in Photoshop. I turn it into like I'll go and do a pixel version. Like,
but you
so
can
it's
see
just,
it's not detailed
you can see
at
his
all
basic
enough.
face. Like, this is what it is originally when I take that original drawing and then shrink it down. So this image is actually to the size of the finished piece. And then I go in and start adding, like all the details and getting the colors right and getting the shapes that I want, the main shapes. Because then after this, I have to stick it into the charting program and then like fix it in there and do all the backstitch.
He literally
and
like
fix the face.
redoes it all again because
It's a
when he
process.
imports it imports really
All
terrible.
the colors are jankety in the program.
Everything's terrible. So he literally redoes it again.
But the
whole
shape-
thing again.
And the reason I do it in Photoshop first is because I can, the cross-stitch programs are so clunky. I don't care if any designers watching this. If you work in Photoshop, and you're proficient in Photoshop, I've been doing it for a long time. So with selecting and moving stuff around and color picking and filling everything, I can do it and I can iterate on it instantly. And trying to do it in the program, it's so tedious. So this basic first part, I can knock that out really fast. It takes a long time because I do a lot of iterations, but I'm changing colors and changing the design and moving stuff around and doing all that super quick. So it's you're doing all these steps, but all these original steps I could do really fast because I've been drawing for a long time. It's not that big of a deal.
Except
I
you
just
won't
want
do
to
it
find the
fast.
perfect thing.
You
but
won't do it
takes
fast
a long
because you
time.
have to be perfect.
Because I'm not just going to settle for that. I didn't want to settle for that. We could have just done that. I didn't want to settle for that. I wanted something better. So that's why that part takes me a long time.
I mean, you can still release that. I'll stitch it. It's
Whoa.
really it's not the Dark Queen. She is unbelievable. She's so unbelievable.
And I don't want to
However,
settle for
that really is great.
Yeah.
Also,
that
I'll
would be
stitch
cool
that.
too, but-
You can totally release that. I'll stitch it.
But when I was thinking about this, I'm like, I want to have something that we're going to be doing for a year, and I want it to be amazing. So each part, I wanted to be like, fun to stitch or would have something interesting. And inevitably, you're going to get some sections you're like, this section's all right, but yeah. So and then I stick it into the charting program and finish charting it there. So, and that's kind of the process.
And again,
that
this is why it got so hard and meticulous with the different sections that he released that are like two different things, like the face being two different things, and the trident, or not the trident.
Look at that shenanigans. That's what it looks like before. Like, that's what I was having. Oh, I can show you. I'll show you guys the other faces I said I was going to. Real quick. Sorry, go ahead.
I have no idea what I was saying. Oh, that's why it got so hard with the, and it was so much extra work for you that you gave us as stitchers the options of doing the skull or doing the magic or doing, boobs or covered boobs, like whatever.
This face is amazing. So those
Wow,
eyes,
I'm not jealous.
So those, just the shape of her eyes and the nose and the lips, like, it's just a nice shape, and that's kind of what I wanted. That's what I was going for. Honestly, I don't know. I think it's the chick from Smallville. I don't know. I can't remember.
That Nexium girl?
No, I don't know what it is. No.
I know
anyway.
that's not her.
So here's the original face.
That was like the girl from Smallville.
I don't know who it was.
I didn't even watch Smallville, but
maybe
that's
it's a
not her.
Victoria's Secret model.
It's probably a Victoria's Secret model.
So
that's cool.
So I had this original face, and then so here, this is gonna be difficult. So you can
Let me
see,
hold it for you.
Yeah, you gotta hold it up so I can. So you can kind of see. There's the face. There's like another version. Oh, not that one. So then there's another version. See, I'm just like quickly, and these all just, we're not cutting it. Obviously, they look like trash, but I'm just showing you because, like, there's another version.
That was my favorite.
Another
No,
version.
that was my favorite, and mine's really close to that one.
Another version. I don't know if that's the same.
I think that was.
And then we get a little Joker-esque. But so there's some of the other iterations on the face. Like, I did those, like, I mean, that's like 10 different faces.
Well, and what he did was messaged me and Leslie and said, which faces? Well,
yeah.
He didn't need to message me. I live with him. But
I asked them, obviously I want
what faces would you like? And
so
then try to just chart them.
And then from there, I put it in the charting program, which is, I use, since we're talking about it, I use PC Stitch and Win Stitch, and I also use Crossstitch Pro, but that one's really sluggish for me. I don't know why. I don't know why it does that, but I really like it, but it has the most features. But I like, Win Stitch is kind of the winner for me right now, but I use PC Stitch as well, whatever. That could be another topic for another day, but... So that's the process of the Dark Queen.
That's very interesting. I was actually mesmerized the whole time.
Yeah, right. Were you bored? Were you falling asleep?
No, I would be asleep if it was boring. I'm that tired. That's really interesting.
So it just goes through a billion different things, and all that was before it even started. I just, iteration after iteration after iteration, just making sure it's perfect. And so when all the stitchers that are stitching the Dark Queen will hopefully continue to. When you say, how much you appreciate it and how fun it was, and some, like, people are saying it's their favorite stitch along they've done, or their favorite piece they stitched, that honestly means a lot, because I spent an enormous amount of time doing this, because I wanted to be perfect for you guys. So
I think this is probably one of the only situations where we can say that us as stitchers did not spend as much time stitching it as he did designing it. Because, no, you'll whip out a pattern. I mean, and you take an insane amount of time on it. But he's told me this before. Like, he's like, I can't, you spend so much more time stitching this than I spent even designing it.
Yeah. And I respect that heavily.
And
by the way.
He's saying that, But I
always keep
the amount of work you put on that was probably 1,000 times more than what I put into stitching it.
And it's worth it.
And I'm not a fast stitcher, just for the record.
And it's for you guys, you guys spent so much time stitching these pieces. it's kind of a legacy thing, right? Like you leave these behind or you want them hanging on your wall. Like you spend a lot of time, you want to be proud of them. You want them to last maybe beyond you if you pass them down to somebody or gift them or whatever. It's the same thing when I'm doing these. I just don't like bang these things out because some are just good ideas I want to do, but like something like this specifically is something that I want to be proud of, that I can look back on and say, I tried, I gave you my best.
My everything.
And
literally
I always say that,
everything.
but I always feel like now I'm like, I can do better than that, So it is what it is.
Not on that.
Then I go and tear my self down.
No, but
you suck. You could do better.
You could do better, Aaron. This looks like crap.
Get your crap together.
But for real, for all of you guys who've been a part of this stitch along, and even who are going to be a part of it, I mean, we're going to have the pattern available forever.
It'll be available. I got all these fall things to do and all that stuff, so it's going to be a month or whatever till I get the pattern by itself up. But that's another thing. So sorry, I'm gonna cut you off.
No, you're fine.
If you are interested in doing this, doing the Dark Queen, after I might leave it up for I don't know, maybe till the end of the month, maybe not. It might be sooner. But once we take it down, all the extras are going to be separate. Like so with the whole Choose Your Own Adventure, like the whole idea with the stitch along, I wanted to give everybody value. So we created the original chart. Then there's like you got the skull. There's a different face. You can do a topless version if you want. And there's numerous like different sections, and then we have the hair pack, but that was like a different like add-on.
Yeah, that was an add-on.
But I was trying to give you so much value for your time that you're spending on this, and and honestly, the more people that jumped on, I didn't even originally plan on doing an extra face, but the more people that jumped on, I was like, let's give them more, let's give them more, let's give them more. So, and that's kind of why it took so long too, because we were like adding stuff all the way through the stitch along. Like, like I said, the face, that wasn't originally there. So we wanted to give you that value. So if you haven't gotten the joined in yet and you want to, I would do so. If you're on the fence, I would do it because...
No, but you're going to add everything later in like a separate pack.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because you get that included besides the hair pack, you get all that stuff included in the price for the stitch along. But after that, it's just going to be this chart, which is amazing by itself. But if you want to be able to choose between the two faces, different color hairs, the skull, like all that's going to be a separate add-on pack, which is not going to be super expensive. So it's not a big deal, but just to give you a
But if you want to do it in parts, have him map out the parts already for you.
Yeah.
And maybe you're not one that likes to do that, which is fine. Then you know to wait. So. But yeah, so we wanted to say again is for those of you who've been a part of this and who will continue to be a part of it. If you haven't bought it yet and you buy it in the future because you like it, we cannot thank you guys enough. The support that we have gotten from this piece has been staggering.
Yeah.
Like never in a billion years could we ever imagine. Look at me.
What? You're beautiful.
Pregnant.
You crying? Don't cry.
No, it's just like
Such gratitude.
It's so
Look
like
at that.
we thank you guys so much. Like it's huge.
Don't cry.
I am not. What is my problem? I'm pregnant. Give me some chocolate. No, but you guys, it's so overwhelming. Like I honestly, I found a comment somewhere where someone said they seem so ungrateful, and I was like, I actually got really pissed off over that comment because every single video that we have done where we mention the Dark Queen has been nothing but gratitude. We're so grateful to you guys for
Not even
the
for just the
support.
Dark Queen.
Like this has sold
But
so much
specifically.
more than we would ever have even dreamed.
Yeah.
Like, it's staggering. And the fact that, and like I said, you guys telling Aaron how much you've enjoyed it. And even this past round, like I don't contribute anything. I've said this before. I don't contribute anything. I have like no talent at all. It's all Aaron designing these things. And, even...
Don't listen to her. She has a lot of input.
I have input, but I don't do anything. Like I don't design anything, but like even having people come along and saying, Cassandra, thank you so much for, being the stitcher, and like, I know that you've been pregnant. It's been so hard to keep, like, seriously, you guys mean the world to us. Like, you guys mean the absolute world to us. And seeing all of your Dark Queens and all of the support, and you guys tagging us on Instagram and showing us so much love, we love you guys for it. And we appreciate you guys so much. So again,
more than we can even really
person
express,
who
honestly.
said that we have never showed gratitude,
Suck it.
you're
No.
insane. like we have always,
Just
every
kidding.
Single
Hey,
video,
take it easy.
we thank you guys. But
Yeah.
again, now that this is coming to a close, again, you guys are amazing, and we cannot thank you enough.
Yeah.
So for those of you who even just watch us, even if you haven't, guys, even if you haven't even bought it, and the fact that you watch us and like support us this way, or
comments,
buy, you know, you like our ornaments, you buy the cross stitch, just cross stitch for our ornaments, you guys, this is huge. Like, this is a journey we never thought we'd take together. Like, Aaron being a comic book artist, going to school to do comics, and then marrying some random person who likes cross stitch, and then him saying, let me design a few, and then like,
Now we're doing it full time.
we want this more than
I'm doing
anything.
it.
Like, we're literally living a dream that he never knew that we wanted.
No, honestly.
No, for real. But yeah, like he wants the Lizzie Kate life. Lizzie Kate,
She's living the dream.
she's living the
Oh,
dream.
Lizzie Kate.
Designing, and she lives like by her own lake or something. Anyways, he wants that so bad. But
I want to live on a lake.
by ourselves.
I'm
Nobody
nowhere,
around.
so nobody can bother me now.
But you guys, even just buying, you know, like I said, like our ornament,
Yeah.
we cannot thank you
Well,
guys enough
I mean,
for supporting
everything.
us. Like, it is huge.
Yeah.
Every, I don't care if you don't have all of our patterns. If you do have all of our patterns, my mind is blown. But if you even just get one
We
little
obviously
pattern,
love you more.
Yeah.
No, just kidding.
You're our favorite child. Don't tell your brother, but you're our favorite child. No, but like,
oh gosh.
we
That's
just
awesome.
we thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Okay.
Thank
We don't
you
want to go on too much,
from
but
the bottom of our hearts.
yeah,
Thank you.
truthfully.
I don't
thank you.
cry because I'm a cast iron. What's that word from Abyss? It's not easy being a cast iron bitch.
Oh,
Whoops. I am heartless and I'm a wench. So when I do cry, it is probably because I have pregnancy hormones, but it is honestly, I am so beyond grateful for you guys. So thank you. Look, it's already an hour in.
I know.
So let's go.
Hopefully that
Let's go.
behind the scenes, if you're not interested in the Dark Queen, hopefully showing some of that behind the scenes stuff
was cool.
carried you.
It was cool.
If you're still here. If
was
not, hey, it's a pleasure knowing you while you hung around. So other than the Dark Queen,
Till I scared
the
you
other
away.
release is I did it. I actually put out old Uncle Sam.
Too
he
little,
made it.
too late.
Too
babe.
little, too late,
No, I'm just
but
kidding.
it's still summertime. We've already seen a finish, and he came out amazing.
He did come out really
I can't
cute.
remember the wonderful lady's name that did it, but so he is out in our Etsy shop. I already showed the sketch. I was going to show you behind the scenes on him too, but you already saw the sketch, so I don't need that. But,
Last video, if you haven't seen it, it's our last video.
yeah. So he's out. Now we're rolling right into fall. Let's go.
I'm ready.
Already burning apple smelling candles.
Yes,
Cassandra
we
hates
are.
it because it reminds her of fall.
It's
But
not fall yet.
It's
It's
time.
ruining the smell for me.
We gotta build up. It's a ramp till we're full on fall.
Yes.
Okay,
And we're going to do some Christmas patterns this year too.
so let's do your stuff.
Okay, so my
Real quick.
haul,
So this
very
doesn't turn
quickly.
into 5 hours.
You know, I love these freaking buttons and beads kits. Freaking Mill Hill. So I got that one, which is called Autumn Swing. And I got this one because it's a really cool gate. It's called Spooky Gate. And I'm realizing I like it because that gate reminds me of the gate in Lunar Witch. I literally just bought a beads and buttons of Lunar Witch. Okay. And then we bought, I actually, I found some sucker getting rid of some sugar maple fabrics on eBay. Anyways, so I bought a couple of these. Sadly, you can't buy sugar maple fabrics anyways, but sadly these are fat eighths. So I don't know when I'll use them because I don't normally stitch on fat eighths, but that's okay. I got some more sugar maple fabrics, and
Lucky.
you know I love those. Okay, then I got, oh, those are all B-Stitch Me's. I got the fabric of the month from Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers.
That's an awesome color, actually.
I know, Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers. They are sure yummy. Look at her little sticker. It's
That's
called
cool.
Aloe from the Other Side. Get it?
No.
That's the color name.
Yes, I know. I've seen it. She even has her cool little, her own little
There's her little...
branded fabric holder, which I love.
Do you know what I don't know what I want to do, though?
Artist in me appreciates that.
I really want to swap because I'm on the plain linen of her fabric of the month.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to swap over to an opalescent linen, but I just haven't done it yet. Okay, the last haul is from,
Well, you got those too. That's not last haul.
well, it's all from B-Stitch Me.
Oh, those are two? I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I was talking Brandy's praises from B-Stitch Me last time, and I got some of her fabrics, and of course, I got these from Friday Night Fights. I beat up some women. Anyways, this is Shoreline. This is her color Shoreline, or her fabric Shoreline.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually got two of them because they're super beautiful. So that one's an even weave. Here.
Okay.
I like that game. This one is
Way to
a
work.
Opa Lugana. And of course it's Shoreline. I had to, because it really is it's just a really cool, nice, lighter, but still bright type of color, which I love. And you know, it's sea themed, which I love. Brandy was amazing. Freaking Brandy, man. She's like the nicest person. She included this fabric, which Aaron saw, and he was like, ooh, that's good. He's like, ooh, that'd be good on a mermaid. This is her, and I highly recommend this fabric if you want to go buy from B-Stitch Me, which you should. This is called Reef, and this is a 32 count linen. Look at this flippin' fabric, you guys. And it's showing more, again, it's showing a little bit more variegated. Yeah, it always shows more aggressive on camera. And I'm just dying. That light green, that lighter green, greenish blue to the blue on the bottom.
Very good.
I love
Very
this.
nice.
I feel like we can do it perfectly. It's perfectly framed for,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Again, I keep bringing up a shipwreck pattern that you'll never design me. Now that whatever's over. And then she gave us some threads, which, oh my gosh, again, okay, threads fascinate me. I haven't started collecting threads, but gosh darn you, Brandy, you're probably going to make me start. Come on, Brandy. No, just kidding. Anyway, so she included some of her hand-dyed threads in here. Again, all from B-Stitch Me, which y'all need to freaking go buy some fabric from her because they're real good. And some thread. That's called Nexus. And this one is called Happy because I'm happy. Clap along. This one is called Aurora.
Nice. I like that.
This one is called Gaia. Is it Gaia?
Is Aurora the Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah. That's her name.
That's why, because that looks like Maleficent, in my opinion. I wonder if that's why.
Ooh,
That's like Maleficent colors, so it's like Aurora.
Or it could be like Aurora Borealis,
Oh, maybe.
which are the colors of the Northern Lights.
Maybe.
That's my guess.
Either one works.
Either one works. This is her reef. So again, she has, it's the same colors as her
Cool.
fabric reef.
Love it.
Those are amazing. Those would be amazing in a mermaid tail, Aaron. And then this one is Blood Orange.
Other side. There you go.
Sorry. I forget where the dang hole is on the camera. And then this is Iris. Of course, you'd know
Too
where
easy.
it's at. That one's Iris.
That's a setup, and I'm not falling for that bait.
Iris. And then there is one more. So we're going to be coming out with we're collaborating with
If
Randy.
you were ever like, you know what? B-Stitch Me and Autumn Lane Stitchery need to do something together. Your hopes and dreams may come true.
Randy's wonderful because we ordered a fabric for a project, and Aaron being the perfectionist that he is like, oh, that's not quite what I was going for. And Brandy, being amazing, was like, even though I have a billion things to do, she didn't say that, but I know she was prepping for Friday Night Fights where she posts like 300 pieces of fabric and she's got to take the pictures of them all. Anyways, she was kind enough to work with Aaron to get what he wanted. This is not the color, but this one is super beautiful that we were considering doing a project with, which we still... it's a great fabric.
Yeah.
It's pretty darn beautiful. So it's a very deep, like eggplant kind of color.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of, you can see a little bit of, it looks like a little bit of brown.
Yeah, look, just like tiny bit of like browns in there.
Yeah,
but this is a Baron and it is a 28 count linen. But again, this
really nice.
Is really great fabric. In fact,
it's just not the color I needed.
It wasn't the color he needed, but it is going to be the color that we want for a future project. I guarantee it.
Yep.
So, anyways, so Brandy, if
that's your
you
haul?
are watching, thank you
thank
so
you
much
very much
for working with Aaron. I know he's a perfectionist.
It's my
and
pleasure.
He's really obnoxious.
And I
also.
appreciate it.
Oh, and one more thing if I didn't show this.
Only to Cassandra. I'm only obnoxious to Cassandra, hopefully.
No, yeah, right. Did I show this last time, though? Did I show this last time?
No. I don't know. Did you get another one?
No.
Oh,
If
I
I
think you
didn't
should.
show this last time, I'm going to show it. And if I did show it, I don't care because she still has some in her shop and I cannot fathom why. This is one of my other favorite clay artists, which is Evelyn's Crafts on Etsy. And she did these little mermaids. And you can see she's like in this kind of pool with, she's got like a carp tail and there's a little carp right there. And of course I got the blonde one because, you know, obvious reasons. She doesn't have the most amazing roots like I do, but whatever. Anyways, this pretty pool with the mermaid and that carp. So I'm gonna make that into a needle minder, which she offers, but I don't know. I just do it anyways because I make needle minders.
Evelyn Crafts?
But it's Evelyn's Crafts. So
with a Z.
With a Z at the end of Crafts.
If
So
you're
I
looking
know
for her
some
shop.
people, it's always hard for them to find because we always say it's Evelyn with a Z.
It's so good.
But yeah.
So good. Yeah.
I'm
So
just
that's
trying
your
to
haul?
find where she's at. Like,
I know you
because
are.
there's a couple that she has on there that I want to know why, because there shouldn't be any left in her
While you
Etsy
look
shop.
for that, I will, again, thank you very much for everybody that was in the Stitch Along and just supports us in general. I don't want to make this into a half an hour long thank you session, but we really do appreciate it, and we are very grateful. More than we can express on it, truthfully. So that's another one.
So she has a dark-haired mermaid.
But other than that, the baby's coming soon.
She has an orange-haired
So,
one.
little Maverick Houston's going to be poking his head out, literally.
Mm-hmm. You guys, and she has
Pretty
another
soon.
brunette. She has a brunette. Why are these still in her shop?
I don't know. I have no idea.
They're amazing. And she makes them into needle minders herself. Look, she even posted a video of her holding it. They're still in there. Buy them so I don't have all of them because I will buy all of them. Don't test me. No, I'm just kidding. And then she even, oh, okay. I've got to get off her store. Evelyn's Crafts, friends, Etsy. And Evelyn is spelled regular. Evelyn's, but then Crafts with a Z.
You can always just Google it too if you can't find it.
Well, Evelyn's and then Crafts with a Z at the end.
Hopefully you're getting affiliate money from that.
I'm not.
This is not a paid promotion from Evelyn's Crafts.
Oh, and she did include a little kind of coy mermaid tail, like a flat little mermaid tail with a little clasp on it that she said I can make into a fob or FOB, as I know some people say. I always thought it was fob.
It is
Who
a
knows
fob.
what it is?
Fob
Anyways,
you
so she said, yeah, I included a little one in there that matches the mermaid tail.
That was nice.
So that was very nice. Evelyn, if you happen to watch these, which
I'm sure she does.
I don't know why you would.
Everybody does. Duh.
So
Anyway, so hopefully we'll try to get out one more video of our fall releases. Just kind of
Sure.
preview all the amazingness that will be coming. Depends on what little Maverick do, what his plans are. We got to
he's
consult
not-
with the
he's
boss.
Not moving anywhere.
So we again, we appreciate you. Thanks for hanging out with us. This one might be a little bit long, but hopefully
we have a lot that you can cut out. A lot of inappropriate things.
Seeing that behind the scenes stuff was interesting. If it was, let me know. I love showing that kind of stuff. Personally, I mean, I'm an artist. So, I mean, I have like a billion concept art books. So that's kind of my thing. So that's why I like showing it. But hopefully you're a little bit interested in that because that was the main part of this video.
I thought it was interesting.
You guys are amazing. Hopefully you're doing well. Fall is upon us.
Almost.
Y'all.
I mean, it's only August 3rd, but it's almost here.
Doesn't matter. Once it's August, it's the countdown.
And my birthday.
Yeah, your birthday
What
month.
are you going to get me for my birthday?
A new husband. Get us both a birthday present.
He'll find you. Because I know I'm looking super fresh right now. And I'm going to have that Mavericks due on my birthday.
Oh, man. Yeah,
I know
he's due
that's
on her
just what
birthday.
a man wants. Is a woman who literally just gave birth. Or is currently giving birth on her birthday.
Oh, that's funny. All right. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much. Have a fantastic day, week, life. We appreciate you.